Bungie has gone DEFCON 1 on the leaking community in Destiny 2. They absolutely nuked the Bungie Leaks account. If you don't know who they are, what they've been doing for years now, they have had access to, I believe, the API. I'm not sure how they do their leaking and their data mining thing. I don't know how that stuff works, but they've had the ability to leak things time and time again, year after year, for so long now. I almost just felt like it was a marketing tactic from Bungie at this point. I thought maybe Bungie was endorsing this because anytime something new came out, Bungie Leaks was ahead of them. A month beforehand, they were leaking it. The new exotic, the last time we were talking about No Land Beyond coming out, right? They're like, oh my gosh, No Land Beyond's coming back. It's confirmed. It's in the files. We found it. And, you know, it spoils the fun, the excitement for Bungie to reveal things in some ways, but it also creates cool rumors and a little bit of hype and anticipation because sometimes the leaks are false. And so we're like, hey, what was that all about? And other times they're accurate, which can get you a little more excited. So I've had mixed opinions about leaks in general, but overall, of course, when it comes to story spoilers and story leaks, hell no. Do not be spoiling the story, all right? Let people discover the story on their own. Leaks of that is terrible, especially ones that aren't, you know, with the tag of spoiler on it. Bungie Leaks just posted a couple days ago saying, hey guys, so the Discord got nuked for copyright infringement. That means Bungie's after them. I'm at work currently, so I can't fully respond / make a full post, but I think I'm going to reach out to Bungie in Discord to see if it's about the Bungie part of our name or the actual leak content. Stay tuned. They're not responding, my guy. They're not responding. They're happy to take you down, and they're not going to let you figure out how to get any sort of workarounds to get back up. I'm sure the official name being called Bungie Leaks, because the name Bungie is copyright, probably not the best play. Maybe call it Guardian Leaks, you know, maybe call it D2 Leaks. You figure out something that doesn't get you in even more heat, right? That was a pretty bold name, especially when you know that Bungie is copyright. Discord official responded to them, giving them a notification, you broke Discord's community guidelines. Today, we've taken action that affects your account, and active violations 1, these affect your account status until they expire. Your server Bungie Leaks broke Discord's rules for copyright infringement. So there it is, got taken down. Bungie's after them. Bungie said that they do not like the leak community. They do not like leaks, like the individual devs have posted about this on Twitter, that they hate leaks and things like that. Now they finally took action. Years later, they finally done it. They said it's the closed alpha stuff. People had screenshots in there. The marathon closed alpha? Oh, that's actually a really interesting point. That's why. So this was the straw that broke the camel's back, was the marathon alpha. So if you don't know the history behind what's happened here, basically Bungie Leaks is this account that's existed since, it literally says December 2022, and they have been leaking things left, right, and center for Destiny 2 for a very long time. And every single expansion, they find stuff, right? And they share it with us. For better, for worse, you know, it's just information. It's out there on the internet, so we talk about it from time to time. And we try to put a spoiler tag on everything because we're not trying to ruin any of the information for you. But once it's out there, it's just news, right? Once people start talking about it, it exists. Everyone's gonna, the word of mouth is going to spread, and you're gonna hear about whatever is being leaked or coming up soon in Destiny 2. This wasn't a problem apparently for Bungie. Inside Destiny 2, they leaked a lot of stuff, cutscenes, and they would DMCA the cutscenes on YouTube, bring that down. They leaked, like I said, countless exotics, things like that. But apparently Marathon was the straw that broke the camel's back here, because Bungie launched Marathon in its alpha state, and we found out about this crazy art theft controversy. They stole all this art from this singular artist, and it was really bad. It was terrible. So what Bungie did was they brought the game down, they've gone quiet, and they've wiped all the assets in Marathon. They went through Marathon and they wiped all the walls and all the graphics everywhere, removing the artist's content throughout the whole game. And then they let people get back into the game. Some content creators, some non-content creators were able to get back into the game and play in a closed alpha, but it was under lock and key. You were not allowed to post anything about it. You're not allowed to talk about it. You're not allowed to do anything in regards to mentioning the closed alpha. But of course, there were leaks. As is with anything, you can't really keep it under lock and key too much. And apparently these leaks were passed around inside the Bungie Leaks Discord. Because of that massive lawsuit with Anti-Real, and either a lawsuit or a settlement, I don't know if the lawsuit's been filed yet, but the settlement that has to come from Anti-Real and the bad PR that went with that, Bungie wanted to make sure that no one, and I mean absolutely no one, showed any of the Marathon Alpha gameplay. That's what finally got them shut down. After all the Destiny stuff they spoiled, they didn't even care. They're like, don't mess with Marathon right now. Bungie's taking Marathon serious right now. What this shows me right here is that Bungie knows that if Marathon flops, their company is in trouble of collapse, full collapse. So they're being extra mindful to not let that happen and to try and navigate and make this successful and stop any sort of bad actors from leaking information or putting any more negative PR out there. They really are pushing as hard as they can. For our safety, we'll be going dark for a while, updates soon to come, but not right now. They'll probably make a new Discord, I imagine, and continue posting Destiny 2 stuff. I don't think they'll ever talk about Marathon stuff. They then go on to say as well, so people have been asking me / giving me advice on what happens now, and I figure I'll leave it up to you. This is a collection of people's ideas. Rebrand, data mining only, leak account plus server. Rebrand D2 / marathon news account. 3, don't rebrand, remain entirely on Twitter. 4, end on a high note, archival / deactivation. Other, please comment. No matter what happens, it's been an honor to be a part of this community. We can't endorse doing anything illegal. I don't know if it's illegal to data mine, so I don't think anyone should do anything illegal ever. But information like this will always exist out there in the universe. They weren't the first people to leak Destiny 2 stuff. They weren't the last people to leak Destiny 2 stuff. There will always be leaks out there, unfortunately. So if they continue on, it is what it is, but there's other sources that will be leaking stuff if they don't, because leaking things is, for whatever reason, has become a part of gaming culture, if I'm being honest. If the servers return to usual, then we'll ignore all of this and act like nothing's happened. That's not happening. That server is shut down permanently. That server is not coming back up. Currently, this is the working theory, methinks. Would have been nice if they asked me, the owner, to remove the images before nuking. Bungie has been on my ass for weeks now. I'm not very certain the server got taken down because of the screens, but I deleted my Discords, so I don't know at this point. I know someone will rise to take the mantle soon, though keep your eyes peeled. So this Rox is a guy, I believe this is the guy that was leaking the Marathon stuff. So they've been on his ass for weeks now, posting all these images and sharing what the Marathon Alpha was like after Bungie scrubbed the assets. To clarify, I am not saying we don't deserve this. It's just that we've posted a lot of stuff over the years, some of it NDA breaking, which is making me ask, why now? Which is a good question. Why now? Why is Bungie, after all these years, finally approaching them? And I think it's pretty obvious, the Marathon stuff. And then they go on to quote tweet this. This is 100% because of Marathon Alpha screens, oops, which shows how anxious Bungie is about Marathon. That's a good way of describing it. They've never even flinched in all the years of us data mining / leaking, many times NDA content as well. They're very scared about the game doing well, LOL. So there it is. I agree with that sentiment as well, that they're really tense right now when it comes to Marathon and anything Marathon related. They know that their very next move needs to be a massive W, or else the whole project is cooked and the studio goes under. Like, they potentially close the doors on the Marathon team, and then Sony would probably take over immediately afterwards. So literally the Bungie doesn't exist anymore. They're just absolved by Sony. Like, that is like the potential result of this. They're not fucking around anymore. They're not being chill as they used. They used to be chill for a while, right? They were chill. They're like, hey, you know what? You leak some shit in Destiny 2, but they don't leak everything. They just leak like random little tidbits here and there. It's not too big a deal. Let me know what you think about the leak situation down in the comments below, though. Do you think that Bungie is in the right for going after them? Obviously, it's their IP. They have the ability to do this. Now, choosing to do so this late in the game and doing so specifically for Marathon is an interesting choice, but clearly they want to keep things under wraps. But does it even serve a purpose, though, right? Because everyone has the freedom of speech. We have the ability to talk about what the Marathon Alpha looks like after Bungie scrubs the assets. So what is it that you're really preventing even? It's almost like you go through all this tedious effort to prevent all this bad PR. And it kind of, you know what it gives me? It gives me the Barbra Streisand effect. You know what that is? Anytime I get an opportunity to talk about this is good. So the Barbra Streisand effect is the phenomenon where you attempt to hide, remove, or censor information online, and it actually results in the information being publicized more widely. It's named after Barbra Streisand, who in 2003 tried to have a photograph of her Malibu residence removed from a public website. But this effort instead drew significant attention to the picture, making it far more visible than it would have been otherwise. The idea is that, you know, information is going to exist out there on the internet freely regardless. So if you throw all this energy and effort to silence and shut things down, then you get all this negative PR, like this post right here that got, you know, almost 200,000 likes now. And a lot of people are talking about Bungie. Why is Bungie so scared of anyone looking at the Marathon Alpha now? Like, why are they frightened of anyone gazing their eyes on the alpha after the assets are scrubbed? Like, what are they so scared of, right? And this creates more buzz and more conversation, and more people then begin to stir, and the torches get lit, and the pitchforks get sharpened even more, and we're like, oh, there must be hiding something, or there must be some reason why. It creates a more chaotic situation, right? Barbra Streisand did this to herself by just randomly trying to take this picture of her house down, and everyone was like, what is she trying to hide, you know? What is the, you know, that's the idea. Is the core idea is the internet's ability to disseminate information easily means that attempts to suppress something can backfire spectacularly. If someone tries to take down a piece of information, it often attracts the attention of others who then share it widely. So I think that this will actually have the Barbra Streisand effect. Why are they so afraid and so scared of anyone looking at Marathon? There's not like we're going to see anything worse than what we saw already. We saw a game launch with a bunch of stolen assets, right? Now the walls are going to be cleansed, and the art style is going to be changed a little bit. The color scheme, the palette might be changed. But overall, it's going to be the same thing, you know what I'm saying? It's a weird approach from Bungie. I don't think it's the right one, but it's the one they're choosing, right? And whoever's in leadership over the last few years, they've been making some interesting choices, to say the least. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, though. That's a wrap.